Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today I'll be following the third and fourth matches of the round robin and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm just taking you to the garage now. Obviously we still have a little bit of time left before the matches actually begin. There's a room invite, I will join already and then I will leave because there's a 3-minute delay on this stream, which means that I'm not going to enter the room until that hits the timing is under 3 minutes, so because I don't want anyone to stream snipe anyone. Anyway, I will be streaming first versus BPS and then followed by first versus Serenity tonight, so that's going to be fun. Just straight away, there are no rewards for watching this stream aside from just epic gameplay and seeing these guys be epic. Basically, the reward streams are on the 7th, which is Saturday, because then are the grand finals of the second leagues. And then there's for the final stages, there will also be rewards for watching through the portal. But this is not one of those streams, so basically, just be here to enjoy the gameplay. It is fun. Basically, it's the pinnacle of gameplay, the best that you can get. So yeah. Let's have a look, because this is the current standing that we've got. Serenity, Appa and Jones all have 2 points, BPS and Raid have 1, Emo first and the other BPS have 0. I say other BPS because they're lower in the list in this case. It doesn't mean that any team is less than the other team. They're just different teams. And the thing is, I'm not going to say dash BPS dash all the time. So it is BPS and then the other BPS, regardless of which order I meet them in. So yeah, that is basically what we're going to look forward to, just those matches. And yeah, we'll just have fun with it. Basically, I've been out of everything for a while, to be honest. Real life is, let's say, not the best, and it has basically taken a huge toll on me. And it's nice to be back now and at least stream some games, because I really, really love just doing these tournaments, commentating and getting a front row seat to them, because like I said, for me this is the pinnacle of gameplay. This is what happens when 7 players are communicating together, are working together, thought up tactics together and all of that. You do not get this kind of gameplay in randoms, but if everyone in the team were to work together like this, basically you would have a lot more winning streaks than losing streaks, probably. So yeah, let's go into the room. First is there, BPS completely there as well. And I seem not to be in the team. I also noticed that he was saying hello on my stream, so hello to him especially. Like I said, there's a 3 minutes delay on the stream, so they can't see each other. At least like 3 minutes after they see it, and then it's just kind of useless. Anyway, I am missing a player from first. I do hope that they get that extra player, because that will be special if they have 6 only. But BPS is ready with 4 60TPs, 2 IS7s and an LT. And on the other side we see 2 60TPs, an IS7, 2 LTs and an IS4. That's my first IS4 this season. So, interesting to see that. Will be interesting to see what they do. But hopefully just... they need an extra player, like honestly. It is 7 versus 7, not 6 versus 7. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out. This is the thing though. Like, you know beforehand when the dates of the battles will be. And you know beforehand, or at least you should know beforehand, who can make it. And that this is why you have reserves. So having 6 players at this stage, it's not good, let's put it that way. Anyhow, 1 minute left to go before we go into the first match of this best of 7. Best of 7 means that the first team to reach 4 victories is the one through to the... well, it's the one getting the point. I always want to say through to the next round, but they're all through to the next round because it is a round robin. So it's all about the points for the matchups and everything. So yeah, now we just wait for the match to begin. We'll see one of the LTs being changed for a 60TP. Still only 6 players for first. That is not looking good. I wonder what happened. And on the other side, everyone is just patiently waiting. 10 seconds now. Countdown clock has begun. This is always the bit like... I always feel like I'm just chattering, and I kind of am, because I don't really have anything to say yet, because we haven't had any matches yet. Let's see. And they do indeed have only 6 players. That is not good. To be fair, if they manage to get a win... I mean, it is top 8. If they manage to get a win, that will be super special. No. Hello. So let's see. Let's see where they go. First, focusing on the base A side. With BPS focusing a bit more on the middle and everywhere. Ramitastic being very forwards here. Not getting spotted, while the people that pass behind him do get spotted, so that's interesting on its own. But they are very aggressively capping base B, and that is very risky, but if he gets away with that... Ooh, Trek has been... Oof, that's a big hit. It's not stopping him from trying though. But now he's gonna get another hit by Mufasa at the back. No, Mufasa is shooting. Oof! Big hits happening. Bases are still being capped, to be fair, but it's cost them quite a bit of HP to do so. And now we have a crossfire happening. BPS can be aggressive there. I mean, they've got the 6k difference between them. It's ridiculous. And there's about to be another gun advantage. Remitastic, very low on HP. There he goes. And that's a 2-gun advantage for BPS. RG taking a bit of a nosebleed there. But all in all, like I said, BPS can afford to be aggressive here. They've got the HP for it. They just need to not be really YOLO though. Because that basically overestimating yourself is as big a mistake as underestimating your opponent. Piglet having taken loads of hits here. Oof. And he's nearly gone. There he goes. Renamed. It's going to drop down. Kudua takes out not to be. Senior. Lead double LT. Ah, I think they want to change their tactics. And now it is 6 versus 2. The thing is, like, if people have a gun advantage, it makes it easier to be aggressive from the get-go, because you have the luxury of having just that extra gun already. So that is the first one. First match up and over. No surprise there that BPS won that. Like, of course, the guys from first, they reached top 8, so we know that they are epic players as well. But if you're already gone down versus not again, that is really good. That's a big disadvantage. So let's see. 1 minute 17 seconds left to go before we go into the second match. We see that BPS is now completely ready, well, almost completely ready, with 2 IS-7s, 360 DPs, an LT, and potentially another IS-7. On the other side, we see 1 LT, 2 mice, 2 LTs, sorry, 2 mice, and potentially 2 60 DPs. Again, no 7th player. Let's see. Tanks are being changed here and there. But there we go. 2 LTs, 2 60Ps, and 2 mice. Versus 5 IS-7s and 2 LTs potentially. OBS having a little bit of an issue there. Hopefully it restarts properly. There we go, it's back. So there's a bit of extra delay potentially. But the stream should be fine. And here we go, getting ready for the second match. I feel sorry for them though, like, when you get to this stage, I mean, this is why you have reserves, but I don't know the situation, I don't know what's happened, why they only have 6 people. But basically, it's just very likely that they're just going to get their asses handed to them. Let's see. First now, moving towards pretty much everywhere. Piglet being a little bit careful there. BPS also splitting up a little bit. The LT's going to the corner, whereas the rest of BPS is likely to meet the LTs from first. They both get spotted. And they're both deciding not to stay there, which I think is a very good call. Base C is almost kept. We see some shots happening. First damage has been done. Base A now also being kept. The mice are there. Papa Jordan is in trouble now. And this might be the way for first to get their gun advantage back to where it should normally be. But at the same time, BPS is just pushing on the other side. There goes Papa Jordan. But the mice are being eaten alive here. And even when it's the mice, it will eventually go down when there's so many guns. Oof, that is a big hit in the tracheo there. But this is the thing though. They've got so many guns here. And even if it's a mouse, it will bounce some. It can't angle towards everyone. And that's one of the biggest issues here. So normally I would not advise focusing the mouse. In this case, when you have so many guns, it doesn't really matter. I wonder. Oh, that's a good bounce. But Tracheo takes him out. Not to be. Is in a bit of a pickle there. Senior Makalo gets taken out. And they're just firing across the map. Remy Tastic is running around at the back there. But here we have 2 heavies left. And they want not to be. They are focus firing. Money is there to keep them from shooting. That bounce though. Charge is like randomly passing by there. That was just mean. It's not like they're not unlucky enough. And now we have... I'm gonna call him Tutu. Probably meant as a smiley face. But Amy at the back there. All alone. And BPS is capping base B. To add more insult to injury, so to speak. And there we go, 1k points, Remy. Isn't Remy like the character from Alone on the World? In the World? I don't know. I don't know what the English title is of the book, to be honest. And he was the last one left there. And there we go. BPS winning on points. It's like I said, I feel sorry for them, and these are not the kind of games I want to stream. Like, I'm not saying that these teams don't deserve getting streamed, don't get me wrong, but it's more like I want that 7 versus 7, that they're hunkering down and just basically waiting each other out, feeling each other, and trying to get that little bit of an advantage. And here, the advantage is there from the get-go, and that just makes, like, brutal. Also, just about the prizes and all, Wargaming did not word it all that well in their news article, because they say in the beginning that you can get rewards by watching the streams. Later on, like nearly at the bottom of the article, they specify that you can only get rewards May 7th, 11th, 12th and 13th. So yeah, there is that. BPS going towards the middle, now trolling with readied up and all. On the other side we see more armor being taken out. We now have 3 60 DPs and 3 mice versus Oh god. This is like a troll lineup. I'm pretty sure it has to be. 3 Object 263s, 2 IS7s and 2 LTs. I mean, when you have a gun advantage and you're already 2-0, you can do these sort of things. I'm fairly sure that 3 263s are not actual tactic. Let's see. Third match, here we go. Let's have a look. That's another thing, by the way. We have several streamers that have requested streaming a specific team this season. And I've just specifically requested to not have any specific team because I want all matches to be covered. So if they have to switch me between teams and all, that would be perfectly fine. In this case, it's working out perfectly because I am streaming both matches from first. But also the fact that they're not meeting any of the teams tonight that are definitely streamed by specific people. First now, moving towards base A. And we have BPS sending RG there to spot. Knowing probably that he has to be careful there. He does spot one of the 60Bs. Gets spotted in turn. Base C is being kept. Once you spot one of these heavies, you can be fairly certain that they're all going to be there. And RG is pretty much figuring that out and saying, yeah, I don't want to be here. Papa Jordan taking a position. Also, I want to point this out for... I always... these are little tips and tricks. In this case, he's not angled like this in order to bounce shots because his bum is towards the enemy. He's angled like this because it means he can run away faster. Oof, Mufasa losing quite a bit of HP there. And base B is going to be kept by 2 mice. And just like that, first has an advantage. Alpha losing a little bit of HP there. RG is there, takes a hit, shoots one back. And in this case, first has a base advantage. They're soon going to have a point advantage. They have an HP advantage. That's mainly because of those mice, but still it counts. They do not have a gun advantage. But if they hold, they could get this. Short now being quite forward here. Kyudoba missing striker as he crosses over. Big shots being fired, but Chart is pretty much the luckiest guy alive there. He bounced that shot the other game, and now he's bouncing again. Remitastic going down. And Chart basically getting murdered here, and that evens out the guns. Now they have to be careful though, they have to focus fire. And they have to survive. They have the bases. If they win this game though, that would be fantastic. 2-2 is going to get taken out. Base B is being stolen. There goes 2-2. And I think the issue here is that they lost their focus. Look at how spread out they are all of a sudden. They're no longer moving together, playing together. They will still get that kill, but they've lost their base advantage. They've lost their gun advantage. And in this case, I think it's mainly just the lack of focus here. They're shooting all kinds of different targets. Mufasa gets taken out. And it is mice, don't get me wrong. They still have a little bit of a chance here. But only very little. And in this case, I think it's BPS's game. Like, even... There's double the guns on their team. They have that extra base. There goes Kyudoba. And now we only have Renamed left. And they will hit 1k points very quickly. But they almost had this. And I think... In this case... They lost it themselves. Like... When I say that, I obviously do not mean that BPS didn't earn it. They did. They played really well. The reason that I state that is because had they stuck closer together and gone for the focus fire, it would have been a different game. And there we go, BPS is the third game as well. But again, I want to point out this was close. And not close in the end, but like all the potential was there for this game to be first. But yeah. Fourth and potentially, pretty likely, the last game of this matchup. BPS getting ready, leaving the 263s behind. But taking 4 IS7s, 2 LTs. And not sure yet what Mufasa is going to take. And on the other side we see 3 60TPs, 2 mice and 1 LT. Maybe the mice is changing, not sure. Yeah, LT. They are changing things. Are they all going to take LT? No, they're one... Oh god, a Leo. Okay. That is an interesting choice. Let's put it that way. And I have a feeling that this is sort of like them throwing the towel into the ring. And then just going for probably a YOLO push and just seeing what happens. And if it works out, then great. And if it doesn't, it's eh. And here we go. Fourth match. Match point for BPS on the line here. Let's see. Mufasa did not ready up. Have to say, massive kudos. If that was on purpose, making it 6 versus 6. To at least have one even ground game. They're gonna be mad that they didn't just like take... Well, I wouldn't say they're not taking proper tanks, but you know what I mean. IS-7 and 60TPs are still very, very meta. That being said, though, we've seen wolf packs of the LT that are just absolutely deadly. And I think I'm going to turn around a little bit and move back, because we look to have a very big brawl. Renamed. Managing to not get hit yet. Base B is being kept. RG takes the first hit. Base B has been kept. BPS going after the T-22 there. Oh, that missed though. Base A is being kept. And now they're going for base C. This might be a supremacy chase game. Base B is being stolen. And you can bet your bum that all those guns are going to be trained in that direction. So they have to be careful. They have to also to make sure that they decap that base B though, but they do not. They want to move in together. And wolfpack it. But this is the thing with light tanks. They lose a lot of HP very quickly, and that was a ram kill. This is what I meant, like before. This is pretty much like a YOLO lineup. There goes the second one. Kidua, not looking too healthy. There goes the third one. They're basically just being hugged to death here. Piglet, almost gone. There he goes. Kidua, next in line. And there he goes. Remitastic saying GG. So does Makalu. Makalu. Probably pronounced that all wrong, sorry. I have to say kudos for that, but I am really, really wondering where their 7th gun was. Oh god, it's an actual bug. I thought they were joking. Apparently Ramio cannot press ready. That's so weird though. Which would make Mufasa Ramio, by the way. I think. Not sure. Might have missed something. But that was a very brutal set of games. Let's see. I doubt we have any results yet, but let's have a look when the next game is. Yeah, we've got like 40 minutes. So there is that. I'm glad that I've got some replays to show you guys. So I'm going to be showing you those. I've got some replays from Bawan Okrutnik, which I've been really looking forward to showing off, because the thing is that when I stream these kind of games, like I'm always talking about the team, and the team does this and the team does that, and that team won and that team lost and all of that. But these players that are behind these teams, that are in these teams, are incredibly epic in-game as well. So I'm always extra chuffed to be able to show off a replay from one of the players that I've been streaming. In this case, from Imo. And Imo was just... Yesterday, we didn't see it in them, but in winter season, they were absolutely phenomenal. And I'm really hoping to see that Imo rise up again. Cheeky shot. Oh god, Effie is going to get hammered. YOLO's in, then calls for help. Okay. And there goes the Effie. They do need to be careful not to get into each other's way too much though. Oh, I love those little bouncy shots. Oh, that's some nice assisted damage there. Love it when the game gives you potatoes like this. Like I always say, that ace games are a combination of potatoes. You need the right kind of potatoes on your team, and you need the right kind of potatoes on the enemy team. And there he goes. Meanwhile, looking in the chat. Thank you, A Crisis, for translating. Thing is, I do not speak Russian, so if you want me to understand a comment or a question that you're asking, you will have to ask it in English. Nice cheeky shot there. I really do hope that we will have someone from First coming into the chat and explaining why they only had 6 players, to be honest. Because honestly, I don't know. He does take a hit there, but honestly, it doesn't matter at this stage. There's only 2 tanks left, and he's got so much HP left. Even to take a hit from the Death Star like that. Just casually ranking up that damage. A little bit of ram for extra. And there we go. Flying turret to boot. Nice cheeky little game there. Lovely game. 6,368 damage. Well done. Lovely carry. Look at the difference though between him and just the rest and all of that. And just in case you thought that that was a one-off, I've got another one from him in the same tank. And I'm going to show you that too. Ooh. Very different map. Yes, Remy, what happened? Why were you 6th? Remy-tastic in the chat, by the way, for those, obviously, that don't see that. Let's see. Just waiting to load in. There we go. And like I said, you can... Well, I didn't say that specifically. I was gonna say something else, but yeah. You can learn a lot from watching these guys play. Those little tips and tricks that they do. Not going to say that you can always do that, but just like the bounce that you saw in the last game, it's because he wiggles at exactly the right moment. You can estimate how, when someone is going to shoot, by the way that they're aiming, that they're standing still and everything. So if you wiggle at the right moment, they're a lot more likely to bounce on you, regardless of what tank you're playing, but especially in a tank with troll armor like the E50M. Let's see. He's not alone, he's got some support. But he's definitely going to get focused there. Nice chili shot. Blocking each other a little bit there. So he's relocating. This is also something that generally advise. Don't stay in the same position for too long. It's good to rotate. Nice. It's not even done that much damage yet. 2 guns already gone. Most of them are around the factory. There you go. Oof. Oof. Let's see. Can't believe they actually penned, because that just barely missed the gun of the E4. And that's the end of the E4. They've lost a lot of guns here. Oh, nice bounce. Yeah, that was definitely going to pen. A very, very much needed hit on the grill there. Nice. Good teamwork. That grill is having a really good game here. Good teamwork game. This is one of those games, if that Camry guy, he is tuning with risk, so I'm going to assume that he's not a random potato. Which means that he would have done... he would have probably had this, if not for this grill and this E50M. (6-3-5-3) this time. Slightly less damage than the other game. But still a really, really good game. Look at the grill though, well done. And I'm stating that because obviously I know the result of the battle, so I know that Balvan will have done well. But I don't expect random people in-game to do well. I never do. I'm happy if they do, especially if they're on my team, but I never count on it. So let's see. What else have we got? Speaking of grills, let's show you one. And after that I will check if we got any other results yet. Because the thing is that our matches ended very, very quickly. We only had 4 and the matches were quick. Let's see. I always load in slow on my laptop. I can't play PC to save my life, but I'll happily show you replays. Just encounters, so no bases. Object 907 wants everyone to go right. And most of the team seems to be listening, so that's good. The thing is with TDs, I mean, in case of Yusuf, I know that he won't just be camping at the back, because he knows what replays are like. The thing with TDs is that a lot of people play TDs like only as camping tanks. They don't really... Oh, noise. They don't really care for playing the TDs any other way. But the thing is, TDs can do so much more than just camp at the back. The whole team is just holding a little bit there, though. Oh, oh! I can't believe he just stood there and took that shot. You knew that that was going to hurt. It hurt a lot less than it could have. Oh, worth that slightly longer wait. Nice. He just has to be like, not be looking at that Yege. Yusuf! Not be looking at the Yege! Let's see. There he goes. E3 got a shot in as well. Yusuf now playing it a little bit more careful. I just got asked by one of the guys from First if I was going to stream the next matchup too. And I am. I just really, really hope that they will have 7 players by then. Because they deserve better than that. They are better than that. Kapoof. When you have armor, but you have little HP, you need to be careful to not get shot by a TD, because they will generally HE you and still kill you. He's not really got much choice there. Especially now that he's just fired. No idea how he got spotted there. Oof. Yeah, that's the end of him. Ramkill at the end. Lovely little ace though. Nice little aggressive game in the grill. With, well, being too aggressive in some points, a little bit not aggressive in other points. But overall, very good game. This is the thing, like, I play the grill pretty much like this. I like being very forwards in my TD, because the thing is, especially when you have a TD that is mobile, sitting at the back, just, you don't have to. And you shouldn't. And to be fair, before people say that, oh, do you want me to go front line? No, there are so many positions between being front line and being and camping at the back that you can take without camping at the back. Let's see, what else have I got for you? Okay, so I'm gonna show you a replay that I thought was pretty funny. I haven't watched the replay yet, but the story behind this is funny. This is Kazu's reroll, so you have to keep in mind that this is in newbie matchmaking. Toons, however, are, well, they are still in newbie matchmaking, but they're not bots in any case. But the funny thing about this is that he was talking about how he's not been able to ace this yet, and it was frustrating him because he would get a lot of first classes, but just no ace. So I just told him to play Supremacy, because I keep teasing people that don't ace tanks by saying not enough Supremacy points. And then they're like, yeah, but it's encounter. But that's the point. Supremacy points help towards their XP. They help towards aces. Aces are easier to get in Supremacy that way than in encounter. So I just told him to go for like early cap and all and just be aggressive. Like, your win rate can suffer for it. But if you want to ace a tank, getting the early cap and getting the points going up definitely helps a lot. So that's basically how we came to this game, because this was the game right after we were talking about that. Let's see. Love the chat going off to use this, by the way. This is also, by the way, the thing generally with me in streaming tournaments. I tend to be explaining things, and basically for the pros that would be stating the obvious. But for me, the thing that I like best about the game is just about these streams is explaining what's happening. Because if you are a not too epic player and you're still learning and everything, understanding the way that the thoughts of these players work can be incredibly helpful. And I definitely will not ever say that I'm a pro or anything. I'm not. But generally I do understand what is happening. And that's my main thing. I try to explain that. Because for me, the way to get better is to understand what's happening, to be aware of stuff around you, to be aware of pretty much everything. Map awareness is a huge thing that a lot of people only learn very late in the game. I like how he's just casually farming this AT, by the way. Without taking any damage in turn. Nice. Just casually farming here. This is the thing with newbie matchmaking though. This happens here more than elsewhere. Because you either have new players that are not really learned the game yet. Ooh, we took a hit there. 3 versus 3 now. Base B is being stolen. Kinda needs that base though. Kasu being eaten alive. No, there we go, he bounces. him actually pulling back like that is an advantage for Kasu. Let's see. He's just being shot from everywhere now. He has to be careful. Tiger 1 should be taken out first. There we go. Now we can focus on the Churchill. 4k damage, by the way, in tier 6. In A tier 6, I should say. Come on, get that pulse. Get that pulse. Woo! 4.4k damage in tier 6. Holy crap. Oh my god, Cassie. And yes, I know it's newbie matchmaking, but still. Just to explain, by the way, newbie matchmaking is matchmaking that happens when you've got less than 5k battles. You will meet literal bots. Not every game, and they will sort of like filter out more the further you get game-wise. But you do meet literal bots. It's basically what this war game is way of letting you feel better than you are when it comes to the game. Because the games will be easier, because the bots are not the most smart. And yes, I do read the chat, but because of the 3-minute delay, there's always gonna be a big delay there. And no, I'm not going to show you my my average stats in the grill, because generally I don't play it that much. But overall, I like playing my paper to these more forwards. And this is my press account at that. I'm not sure if I've got any game in the grill on here. No, that's not the button I wanted. Oh, I have. 4 games in total. Probably during one of the countdown events. German light. There we go. Reason, by the way, that I pick a light is that spectator slots in a training room affect the spawns of the players. And the lights are the people that always spawn in the medium base. So if you have, if they have a lot of meds, it means that at most a med will start in the heavy spawn, rather than my taking a heavy and then sending one of the heavies to the med spawn, which would not be good for them. Anyhow, let's have a look at the chart. Serenity took another point, Jones took another point. Well, we saw BPS take the point. The other BPS got a point. Let's have a look at the standings. How did it go? Immo lost to that BPS. Then we have a raid. They lost to Jones. And what is the last one? Serenity, that's the last one we didn't check yet. They won 4-2 to Ava. We're going to have this matchup next, by the way. Serenity versus First. And really hope that they will have a 7 player so that we can see their full potential. Because it is there. This is top 8. They got here. Let's see. What else have I got for you to show in the meantime? I am kind of curious about this one. This is a tank that does not get a lot of love anymore. And I really liked it. This was the first medline I went down. And I really enjoyed it. Like, at the time, there were so many less OP tanks in the game. Much less premiums, much less... Well, collectibles weren't even a thing then. We had +2, -2 matchmaking, all the game was really, really different. But I really liked the tank at the time. Level 2 trading just said, well, his Royal Fatness did a stream where he was second line in at 130. That's a Sue, by the way. So all of this week, I see lots of them. Let's just say my 53 TP is doing well. I can imagine, yeah. Oof. Sheridan in the corner. Now actually keeping his teammate from helping him. Oh, nearly gone though. They've lost a lot of HP there. And the spaghetti has amazing clip potential. That's always the issue here. Not sure what the spaghetti did though. It just went YOLO. I can't believe that shot hit. Nice. See, in this case, the Sheridan is basically just bait. Oh, that was lucky. T-54E1 is also coming. I can't believe that Sheridan is still alive, to be honest. Yeah, that was bound to happen. Not sure why he's showing his flank like that. Let's just make... Ooh, still bounce though. Well done by him. They should have him. There we go. And those two are the only ones left. Overall, nice little farming game using your team effectively. Because the thing is, I never count on my teammates. I'm happy if they do stuff, but I never count on them to do stuff. Can't believe that panned either. To be fair, all in all, I'm not against seal clubbing at all. Thing is that it's a game. You play it as you like it. Whatever tier you want to play, you play that. Just be nice in game. Be polite. Just don't be mean and all of that. Nice. See, there's people that are generally very much against steel clubbing and all of that. But the thing is, like, I don't want to die out all the time. I just like enjoying the game and just having fun. And he can actually take a hit, probably. I would just attack him at this stage. Oh, Premo. There we go. Very cheeky little game. Worked out though. $4.3k and a Top Gun. Along with a few supremacy points, I believe. Still feels very, very weird to be streaming with only 3 minutes delay, because we used to use always 5, because then you know for certain that no one can stream snipe. But yeah. Let's see, what else have we got? I got some games in that Patton. Patton is another one of those tanks. This is really unloved. And to be fair, with good reason. Because, well, of all the lines in the game right now, I think that this one is the most eh. Not saying that the tank is horrible, and in any case, any tank of any line can be great depending on the player that's in them. But just the whole pendulum is just, I don't really care for it. Zero, I have on my Discord server, there's a channel called Tournament Season Replays. So if you want me to show you off, feel free to share your aces there. And I'll very happily do so. I'm not sure what's... There we go. Countdown started. Let's see. Do note though that I hand out all the rules on my server manually, so you might need to wait a moment. Tim just sent the replay as well. I'll show that like Saturday. The reason that I'm not going to do that now is because I've got Discord closed because my laptop will hate me if I start to open Discord now because it's just too heavy. That is why I collect all my replays beforehand. Nice shot there. And the link to my Discord server is in the video description, and otherwise I'm certain one of my mods can post it into the chat. But yeah, now I also like that people have already answered it. In a few minutes you will hear me answering those questions as well. But yeah, the reason I always collect my replays there is so just I've got all the ones that I want to show off there. It's also one of the few channels where a bot can actually read the replays, because I'm not a fan of that either. Nice. Hacked him to death. The reload of the sand is so good. The damage not... Oof. Okay, that's the end of him. Nice little assisted damage there. Let's see, I think he was doing pretty well, but then he got caught in a position where he really does not want to be. Poof. Let's see, KPF now having a look here. This is one of those games, I love these games, where they're like, you do really well, mainly because people are just ignoring you. And he's now getting shot at, don't get me wrong. But he's managed to get a lot of shots in because they just weren't focused on him at all. Oh, that's the end of him though. That's the thing with this tank. Once they start focusing you, that's the end of you. And there we go. Cheeky little game there. There we go, first class it is. That's in ratings even, oh my god. What this screen is so useless. I really wish they had fixed the name thing, because right now at the top it looks like I've been playing this, and obviously I haven't. This was done by Uncrackable Code. Cheeky little game there. I like it. Let's see, how long do we have left? I think I can squeeze in one more. I've got some low HP tanks, low HP replays, low Tier. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Oh wait, it's the pattern? Ah, okay. It just listed it looked like it was a tier 4. But it is on my favorite map in the game. In my least favorite map tank in the game. This, by the way, is the guy that we saw on BPS earlier. So this is another one of those replays from pro players that I like showing them off. Let's see. Oh, and there's so much I'm so behind on videos, and I need to make videos, and I really want to make a video to just explain where I've been and what my head is like right now, because that's not really the thing to talk about in tournaments stream. But it's yeah. I love being able to do this again. At the same time, really frustrated I'm not able to do everything again. There we go. He's alone there, and I think they've now smelled that. He does have friends, though. Sandwich. There you go, that's one of them. Oof, nice little bounce. And the IS-8 is there to help now, which is definitely helpful. There we go, well done. When I see a tank like a Moiskin or an E100, an IS-7, a Mouse, I tend to just switch to Primo straight away. In this case, when you've got this back like that, it's fine. But I'm always basically, the more shots you bounce, generally, you're the only one that you can count on in your team. So that's why I'm always... I don't mind doing less damage as long as I do damage, so to speak. Yeah, he is coming for you. Three tanks left. Not sure where the Jagdtiger is. Nice, well done. Let's see. Oof. Now he just has to keep on driving, because if he gets shot now, he's dead. Very dead. Oh! Oh, cheeky! I heartily approve. So lucky, but so cheeky. And now he's a one-shot. And now he's just fired. And that's the end of him. And there's the Jagdtiger. All the way in their spawn. Such an interesting map this. Like, the main thing is that the Netherlands aren't hilly. They're flat. But overall, I really love this map. So pretty. Yeah, we know he's here somewhere. We're just not sure where. There he is, he's running. Now he's looking towards him now. All he has to do is just... He doesn't need to do anything, really. Now he's looking the other way. That's what he wanted. Farm some more. There we go. 6k. There we go. Great game. Lovely little ace there. And he was basically sharing these replays with me, saying that they weren't worthy. Yeah, they definitely were. Fantastic. 1728 base XP. Let's see. There we go. Under 3 minutes even, so we can stay in the room. And they've got more players! Yay! So that's great. Let's see. Yeah, the thing is what I meant with the... in the replay list, it lists the M48 pattern as M48A1. And for some reason I think I thought of the M4A1. I think that's the one. That little TD thing in tier 4. Just creating a bit more light right now because it's starting to get gloomy inside. Still gorgeous outside, to be honest. But yeah, we are getting ready for Serenity versus First. We're first going to go to main runes in just under 2 minutes. Also, C0 joined my Discord. So he's now got a role. But yeah, the channel is called Tournament Season Replays. And I check that like about an hour before I start streaming, and then I download all the replays that are there. So next up is Saturday. I will be streaming the Asia server grand finals for the second league then, which is a reward stream, so then you can get stuff on the portal. I'm waiting for confirmation for Wargaming on whether that or not that's global, because recently we've had codes that are server specific, so I'm not sure if like watch through the portal if you're not from Asia server. But we'll see. I'll make sure to know beforehand and make sure to communicate that very well in the beginning of the stream, so that people know what to expect. 50 seconds left to go. We see First now getting ready with 360 TPs, 1 IS7, 1 LT, a VK90 and a VK72. That is a lot of armor to take. That being said, that can work really well on main runes, so very curious to see how that will work out for them. And on the other side we see 360 TPs and 4 IS7s. This is like old meta. Not saying that that's not still current meta, but we've seen so many combinations of just IS7s and 60 TPs in winter season. It's hilarious, honestly. At the same time, these tanks are meta for a reason. I understand why they picked them. It's just when you see generally the same tanks being used, I always find that quite funny. So let's see, here we go into the first game of this best of 7. Thing is, like with streams like this, I always get energy from them. It costs energy to do this, and time and all of that, but it also gives energy because this kind of gameplay is just so much fun. Hello! No idea what that means. Let's go up and away. And we see most things heading towards the base A area, or BA area. Yeah, definitely B. We got some spotting happening by a renamed. He has to be careful there. Spotting multiple people there. Now he gets spotted himself, so he has to be careful. Because the thing is, he is light and very juicy. Magros takes a little bit of hit there. Renamed. Drives into rocks. Unpronounceable nickname. Takes a hit as well. Base C now being kept. Base A is going to be kept soon as well. They're in a bit of precarious positions there. Both roles and Russian name there. Is that Capral? Probably pronounced that oral. I have no idea how to pronounce this, honestly. And he is pretty much singled out there. He needs to drop down. It's his only choice. And he's actually just driving backwards here. And getting away with it. Base A is being kept. The heavies now having arrived more in the middle. Makalu, sorry. Take a big hit there. Base B being kept. And they're all just content to wait right now. The issue with navigating this map when you're streaming is that you always get stuck against buildings. The camera does not go through buildings, you get stuck against them. Oh, he is being shot hard there. He's not really got any safe position to be in now. He does still get a shot in. Makala not looking too healthy. And that's going to be the end of... There he goes. Oh, big hits there into Kiriva. Not sure why he went there, to be honest. That might have been a bit of miscommunication. Spitfires gets taken out. But HP wise, there's about a 3k advantage for Serenity. And Makalu is not looking too healthy either. Renamed has to be careful. Now we have Piglet moving in to go and get that kill. Which is very important. There we go. Ross is going to chase. Oh, there goes Tutu. They have two bases, but they need to be very careful. There goes Makalu. Because now there's just too many guns, and first is too spread out here. And that's not going to work out for them. Piglet gets taken out. Ross is still alive there. So is Remy, but Remy is not going to survive the next reload. And Renamed does not escape there. I was trying to show them both to you there, but yeah. Serenity takes the first match here. Yeah, Mutsu just said, to be honest, as a viewer, I'm suffering watching the same tanks fight each other with the same tactics. I agree, but in the same way, it shows the faults better in a team. And that's the part where you can learn a lot from. So there's that at least. So there we go. Getting ready for the second game on Mayan Ruins. Makalu is now offline. Hopefully he'll be back soon. But Serenity is completely ready now with 4 60TPs and 3 i7s. I think in this case, with the last game, it was mainly first responding, but thereby sort of like falling apart, being less of a team, and losing a lot of HP crossing over certain areas. Which, to be fair, is very well played. This is always, I always find this difficult, because when I'm saying that someone made an error, it doesn't mean that the other team didn't deserve the win or didn't play. Well, the thing is that when you get to this level, small mistakes are capitalized upon by either team. So when Makalu crossed over, then Serenity immediately punished for him. It's kind of like cause and consequence. That's basically what I mean. I hope I'm sounding half logical there at least. But yeah, now we have first being ready in 2 60TPs, 2 LTs, 2 IS7s and a VK72. And the thing is with Serenity, we saw that yesterday as well, they're magnificent, that first and foremost, but they're also just, when we've seen them several times now where they won a game because they kept working as a team and just started singling out players. Like the circle thing that I showed you, that was massively still my favorite moment so far. And not moment as in the most epic moment, but it shows what these teams do. It shows how the teams work. So if the LTs going towards C and towards the middle. Of course, Serenity having no lights, it can be potentially a good advantage for them to get this early on. Cheeky little shot, cheeky little spot there as well. Renamed has to be a little bit careful. They don't know where everyone is yet. But they did get the base now. That's a nice little early advantage. Serenity pushing the middle. And now we have Beat there, while Tub is capping base B. Base A is pretty much empty. But no one's noticed that yet. Now we do see one of Serenity heading towards base A to cap it. This is basically, I show you one thing and I can say something else because I'm always watching the minimap. Base B has been capped fairly safely. Ooh, camera derp there. Fairly safely. And base A is now being capped, and this basically now Serenity has the advantage. Remy bouncing that shot, that's a big thing because now he's losing a lot of HP. 2-2 has to be careful because this is basically what I mean. This is overextending a little bit, wanting to get that shot in and losing so much HP for it. Nice little fire on top there. But he manages to survive. Never mind. 2-2 gets him and then goes down, literally. Both teams lost a gun. HP wise, it is very close together. And some of these bounces are just so important. You need to get all the shots in at this stage. MLD7 gets taken out there. Base B has been stolen back. We have Flytix getting trolled. Base A also being stolen. This is the first that I was expecting in the other game. And in the previous matchup where they only had 6 players. Because that was mainly the issue. They only had 6 players. Now Serenity only has 3 players left. But in this case, this is what I mean. Cause and consequence. Little mistakes get made. And they are immediately murdered for it. There goes Beat. And now we have Trinity left. But we already hit 1k because they have 3 bases. Well done. And that is the first game we see. First win here. The first game from first. The first victory from first. Sometimes you click on the team result and it just doesn't load up. Very well played. See, this is how much difference a tank can make. Yes, there are still like losses and wins, but you see the difference. It's not a rollover game anymore. There's no set advantage from the start, which makes it so important because it means that you have to be more careful when you're the enemy team. If you have a gun advantage from the start, you know you can basically lose a tank and you'd still be even. So yeah, 1-1. 1 minute left to go before we go into the third game. We're moving on to Port Bay. And we have Serenity now ready with 2 light LTs, 3 LTs, 360 TPs and IS-7 versus... Oh, no, it's not an IS-7. So, 3 lights, 4 heavy... Oof. Stop changing the tanks. It's hard to call the lineup when you keep changing. Anyway, on first side, we see 2 60 TPs, 2 IS-7s, an LT, a Concept 1B, and a VK-72. And I think they're set now with 3 lights, 3 IS-7, and 1 60 TP. The countdown clock has begun. And here we go. I remember that I used to feel I would always compare myself to other streamers, and I was a bit of a small fry at the time, so I didn't get all the views and all the watches and all of everything. I've come to the point that I want to do well. Of course I want to do well, but I've sort of stopped caring, because I do this because I find it fun. It's fun to do, it's fun to watch. And just the people that enjoy it will enjoy it, and the people that don't will not, and there's nothing I can do about that. There's people that want to see much more like this sort of point of view, where you see it up close and everything. I much prefer flying about and showing you more of the battle. The reason that I do that is because I think it's so important to understand how the battle turns, what happened that made it change. Ramitastic going towards the corner, Spitfire is doing the same thing, shots fired. Trinity and MLD7 are all there. Ramitastic loses a bit of HP, Trinity gets struck there. But overall, they will definitely have the corner. Kidova taking a shot as well. Ramitastic in a bit of precarious position there. Not much he can do about that. He just has to be careful. And he can do a lot by just keeping them spotted there. MLD7. Like, look at these lights. Look at the lights just there. And they've been pushed up. And that means that they can get a lot of shots in there. They're lights, so they can lose HP very quickly. But they're very cheeky tanks. And look at the HP just evaporate on the first side. And they're not even going for the lights. Piglet getting a bounce in there. Oh, they need to not block each other though. The lights now moving down. The Ramitastic gets taken out. Kidova going for the kill. There goes Russian nickname that I can't pronounce. And there's IS-7s on the others. This is basically a perfect crossfire that Serenity created here. Because they had the lights over here getting shots in, and they had the IS-7s on the other side getting shots in. It's not a done deal yet, especially not when... Stop blocking each other! Honestly. Makalu crossing over and thereby losing quite a bit of HP doing that. He's in a precarious position now. 2-2. Only has 111 HP left. And basically there's quite a few healthy tanks here. Makalu taking hits from the other side now. He does get another shot in, but he's not going to survive for much longer. Oof, that shot missed though. And now you have Tab taking out Makalu. There goes 2-2. And now it's only Kudova. But this was such clever gameplay from Serenity. Beautiful to see. Because the thing is, like, it's kind of like the perfect goal to have in a game. If you can get a perfect crossfire. And you have, in this case, the heavies went to the corner, which is basically what people do not expect that will happen. And then you have the lights on that ramp just getting shots in from the other side. It basically means that whichever way they would push at C, they were getting shot at. Remy was already there. He couldn't get out anymore. So the team couldn't just let him be there. Fantastic game. So clever. This is like, this is what I liked about tournaments. Seeing this sort of stuff happen and just, I don't know, I feel privileged being able to watch that. Just getting the front row seat. Moods in the meantime is so hungry. He ordered food and it's not. This is not coming apparently. I think that though, regarding the meta and all, regardless of what nerfs and buffs happen, there will never be a meta that will include most tanks. Because there's always like 5 or so tanks that will be more meta than others, and those will the tanks that will get picked. In this case, the odd one out is the Concept 1B and the IS-4, because we rarely see that. But now first it's going to take 2 60DPs, 2 LTs, the Concept 1B and AMX 50B and IS-4, versus 3 LTs, 2 60DPs and 2 IS-7s. And yes, first lineup is less standard, less typical than Serenity's, but again, meta is meta for a reason. You always have to keep that in mind. And yes, aside from the IS-4, we've generally seen the other tanks make an appearance as well. But it is tricky. Let's see. But honestly, these are the kind of games I do it for. It's just so lovely. Second game on Port Bay. The LTs. Well, one of them together with the AMX 50B heading towards base A. And Serenity seems to be doing the same thing again. Going up there. Pushing up, but it's not... Oh, it's not working out this time. They're not gonna like that. There's also some miscommunication, looks like. I think they might get him up. No, I'm not sure. It's not working. Not this time. First is patiently waiting. AMX 50B got spotted. Spitfire is not going into the base because of that. The LT is still hidden though. That's a good one. Now we have Spitfires moving in. Still spotted. Blind shot has happened. He's moving out of there, but he still gets spotted. He does get reset though, and now the LT has been spotted as well. First is getting base C, but Serenity will have base A. Just that moment more quickly. Split second though. And Serenity gets another bit of a nosebleed there. Oof! Big hit there. Into renamed. And Serenity's pulling back. They don't need to take the risk. And now we have impronounceable nickname there. Don't know what else to call him. Maybe just Capral. Probably, again, pronouncing that all wrong. I don't know. I always feel bad when I have no idea how to pronounce something. Makalu. Okay. Oh, that was an ammo rack. Oh, that's just mean. Base A now being kept. B is also being kept. Oh. This is not going in first's favor. That ammo rack. It's part of the tank, I know that. But it doesn't mean I can't feel bad for them. Here. Off. Big hits into rename there. There goes Makalu. But what I mean with the way that they're stacked up is, again, they're still not... They're more playing as individual players than as a team. And that's an issue. Five guns gone. Only Piglet and Remy Tastic left. He does get another hit in, but it's not enough to take the kill. And he's probably... Yeah, that's going to be the end of him. Then actually, just look at this. They're just turning away. That is so mean. I know he's going... Ooh, he might... Oh, he does get the kill. But then he gets killed himself. But still. But yeah. Brutal games all in all so far. Both ways, to be honest. Okay, the impronounceable nickname is Frightening. No, thank you, Tricky. That honestly means a lot. Okay, I'll try to... Basically, the impronounceable nickname, the LT. This guy. His name is pronounced frightening. That's the Russian word. Thank you so much for saying that, because I have no idea. This is the thing though. I mean, I live in the Netherlands. My first name is a French name. My parents just liked it. They're not French or anything. They just liked it. So I know basically no one English speaking can pronounce my name. You have to be able to speak French or Dutch in order to pronounce my name right. So everyone just always calls me Joe, which is not the right way. The right way is Joe, which is, it's similar, but the O sound does not exist in the English language. So when I have a name like this, and I was just like, I'm looking at it with no idea. I always feel so bad. But yeah, frightening. Thank you. Okay, so we now have first ready in 160p, 3 LTs, an IS-7, an AMX-50B, and a VK-72. Versus 4 LTs, 2 IS-7s, and an AMX-50B. For potentially the last game of the evening, because Serenity is up for match point. If they win this next match, then they've won this matchup. And honestly, if my commentating transfers any of my love from tournaments to you, then I'm more than happy. Because the thing is, I will never play tourneys. It's way too stressful for me, but I love watching it like this. And OBS is having a little bit of an issue again. Let's see. No! Here we go. First, spreading out a little bit, going a bit of everywhere. Serenity doing the same thing. The plane crashing down on a place where there's already a crashing thing. My camera derping. We're back to normal, guys. First blood has been spilled. Flytix and Alvarito doing a cheeky spot there. Good spot though. Base C has been kept. Oh! Frightening is being frightened here. Taking a lot of hits. I don't think they expected people to be there that quickly. Oh! Gets tracks even. He managed to bounce one. But he is being chased. But he's still alive, if barely. Base C now being kept. And Frightening decides to cap base A instead. That amount of HP just being lost there though. Oof. And there's nothing they can do about that. It's not a bad call. He was just on his own. They didn't expect them to just rush. Because they didn't even start capping base D there. Oh, now we have renamed. Basically, Serenity is wolf packing their way through. First now. Makalu is being chased. MLD7 does take a lot of hits. Makalu escapes with his life. For now, he is still being chased, but they are sort of like... They're still going after him. Oh, that missed, that bounced! There goes Tutu and there goes MLD. He wants to live, that's all. And he still manages to bounce another one. Or that missed, I'm not sure. Oh, that was a hit though. Piglet not looking too healthy. Makalu still manages to survive. Gets another shot in. But that is it for him. GG's and well played are dropping in the chat. Remy and Kiriwa, the last ones left alive. Kiriwa, the last one left now. And there he goes. In a sort of salute there. Overall fun games and massive kudos to Serenity, because this, in most of the games we saw such clever gameplay. That was fantastic. See, these, like I said, these are games that do this. In this case, this game was just really, really funny. Just at least for, I can imagine if you're playing that, it might not be as funny. But when they're running away like that, and they manage to run away, and then you have the no please in the chat and all of that. This is funny. But yeah, all in all, great games. Massive kudos to Serenity. Commiserations to First. But you gave us one hell of a show. And to be fair, it is still round robin, so it's not all done yet. But we've had 4 out of 7 matches yet. Jones and Serenity both on 4 points. Let's look at the 4-0 BPS, this BPS versus APA. Let's see what happened with Immol. They lost to Jones 4-0. Let's see who else we're missing. Oh, that's the one that we just watched, I think. Yeah, that's that one. Serenity we also saw. Let's see, we're missing Raid. How is Raid doing? That is still going versus the other BPS. So basically we should have 4, 8, 12, 16 points in total. We've got 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're still missing some points. Well, of course, the Red is getting another. So we're missing 1 point. The only one that we're missing is this matchup. That is still happening. So, okay, I'm going to show you a replay. And then I'll finish up for the night. Let's see, what are we in the mood for, guys? I'm in the mood for this one. Also because I know Muto is still watching. Let's see. Shark is seriously, as far as heavies go, in tier 8, I really love it. And it just looks so cool with the camo. I'm just watching. Basically, I've got the stream playing on the portal so that I can check that everything is working right. And just seeing that moment where he's just like, no, please. But yeah, the thing is with this meta, it makes for weird games because the games can end really quickly because HP can be lost so fast. Light tanks are light for a reason. They have no armor. Yes, they have the DPM, but they have no armor. So that's always something to keep in mind. Let's see. Yo going into the base there. Thing is, this spot where he's now at, I generally don't like being there. Because it's so easy to get stuck there and to get tracked there and lose so much HP. Oh, hello. Nice. Use the breacher's armor. Always a fan of that. They have to be careful. People are now coming up behind them. Oh, nice. They have to be careful though. That's also a good thing. Track shot by his teammate. Well done. Has to be careful there. It's good to keep the base because he's also taking away the advantage then. Nice little bounce. Don't expose yourself too much. If you're not entirely certain you can pen, I always advise using Premo. In this case it's fine because he's missing his shots and all. There we go, well done. that was fired a bit too quickly there. It's just going to be them two versus 4, probably. Has to be a little bit careful there. Especially when you get into a position like this, you have to be very careful not to lose HP too quickly. Oof. And when in doubt, use Premo. For a kill shot, it is worth it. There we go. I'm not sure where their Met and their TD are, to be honest. Overall, though, this is some lovely teamwork here. And I know that's one of the reasons why you send it in. Base C is now being kept. It's not going to be enough. Because they're both there. Because if the sand peeked out that far, then they're definitely both there. And it's just there. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Well done. Great game. Lovely teamwork game as well. With a random person. First class. It's a raiding battle as well. Nice steel wall. Yes, there we go. It loads eventually. Lovely little teamwork. Very low ratings, but that was lovely teamwork from the 252U. Let's see. Do we have a result yet? We should. And Raid won that 4-2. So that means that Raid has an extra point here. So we have 4-4, 2-2, 2-2, 0-0. That's gonna make things very interesting though, because let's see. All the 2s, the matches that they've got coming, the last 3 are all important, which is versus First, versus Raid, and versus the other BPS. Let's see, what's Appa got left? Versus Imor, versus Jones, and versus First. And then we've got the other BPS. Versus Jones, versus Serenity, and versus the other BPS. That is going to be, oof, tough one there. Seeing as Serenity and Jones have both won all of them so far. And Raid has Serenity, BPS, and Imor left. Gonna be hella interesting though. I like it when it's like not that much of a done deal yet. But yeah, all in all, very fun matches. That's it for me today though. I am going to log off and leave you to it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. Thank you all so much for watching, for all the kind words of support. Like I said, if you want to make me show a replay on stream, then I have a tournament channel, tournaments season replays channel on my server. Server link is in there. Oh, thank you so much, Bella. That is fantastic. Thank you. Glad I caught that before I ended it. But yeah, thank you so much for pretty much everything. It's really nice to be back and just to be enjoying these games. So that's it for me tonight. Wish you all a lovely night. I will be seeing you back on Saturday, first with the Asia Grand Finals for the second league, and then the next round robins for the EU server. So have a good night all, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.